We are interrupting programming with breaking news right now involving Georgia's election interference case. Just moments ago, Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade resigned from the case. The news coming after Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee issued his ruling in the disqualification case, saying that either Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis or Nathan Wade would have to step down from the case. Investigator Zach Merchant has been following this case since day one. Zach, are you surprised at all following this announcement from the judge?
I think in a case like this, saying we're surprised, there's been so many twists and turns that this is the latest one. Legal experts we spoke with today suggested that they anticipated this decision given the language of Judge Scott McAfee's order earlier today. He effectively gave District Attorney Fani Willis two choices, and those two choices were, one, Nathan Wade can be removed from the case, and if he is removed, DA Willis and the rest of the prosecutors in the Fulton County District Attorney's Office can keep this case moving forward. The second option is if Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade stayed on the case, well then Judge McAfee said everybody in the District Attorney's Office, including Fani Willis, would be disqualified. And given that, legal experts said it seemed likely that Nathan Wade would step down. Now we know for sure. We have his official resignation letter here. He says, and I'm quoting, this is Nathan Wade saying, "I am offering my resignation in the interest of democracy, in dedication to the American public, and to move this case forward as quickly as possible."
And I was going to ask you about the speed with which we're receiving this information of him resigning from this position. But as you mentioned in his letter, he does mention moving this case forward as quickly as possible. And I think that's been on a lot of folks' minds watching this, whether or not the case will proceed and how quickly.
And it's still an open question, but and we have to keep in mind, there were more than 2 months spent just sorting through this disqualification controversy and getting to a point where we had the order this morning, and now we have the resignation of Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade right now, just in the last few minutes. But those 9 weeks, those 10 weeks that we've spent on this, they're still gone. And the question of now how quickly a trial may come, many folks wondering if it could still come before the November election. It's an open question. Legal experts we talked to today, many say it's still possible, but it will be a tall hurdle to clear.
Less and less likely given what we have been going through over the last few weeks. As you said, we just got this letter in from Nathan Wade. It also says, "I am sure that the case and the team will be in good hands moving forward and justice will be served." And so a lot of folks, still a lot of questions that are out there outstanding, but this is now answering one of them. As you mentioned, a lot of legal experts did anticipate that Nathan Wade would be the one to leave the case, and now we're seeing that happen.
And we also have a response from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis officially accepting the resignation letter. She says she accepted it immediately. She also wrote some pretty high praise for Nathan Wade in her letter accepting the resignation. She wrote that she will always remember and remind everyone, and I'm quoting here, this is Fani Willis speaking, or rather writing in her letter accepting the resignation. She said, Nathan Wade was brave enough to step forward and take on the investigation and prosecution of the allegations that the defendants in this case engaged in a conspiracy to overturn the 2020 presidential election. So she's accepting the resignation letter. She's also released her response to it, sharing a good deal of praise for the performance, in her view, of her special prosecutor, Nathan Wade.
And that's something we were also looking for after this announcement, this ruling from Judge Scott McAfee, what we would hear and when we would hear from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis herself. And so now we are hearing from her in the way of this acceptance of this resignation.
We are, and it was an open question until now. Judge McAfee didn't put a deadline on when DA Willis had to make this decision. It's also important to note, too, that Judge McAfee left it open whether District Attorney Willis would have to remove Nathan Wade from the case, basically fire him, or Nathan Wade could step down. And we want to be clear here, this is Nathan Wade stepping down, at least from all we've read here. It's not a termination. It's him voluntarily resigning and the district attorney accepting that resignation.
And so there's still going to be a lot to unpack here and unfold. We know that there were other attorneys, outside attorneys, that were participating, working on this this prosecution. Do we know if they will likely select another special prosecutor to come forward in this? Is that likely? What could that process look like? Could it just be the folks that are already there participating?
I think it's an open question right now. What I would say, and what legal experts we've spoken with, and they run the gamut from former prosecutors to defense attorneys with decades of experience. So we're getting a wide range of perspectives here. They've all noted that the Fulton County District Attorney's Office arguably has more resources in-house than any other DA's office in the state. And so there is an argument to be made that now that the district attorney has effectively retained control of this case by accepting the resignation of Nathan Wade, she may opt to move forward, continue pressing towards a trial, and to do so with prosecutors already in the employ of her office, as opposed to reaching outside again and bringing somebody else new in.
Yeah, still a lot to unpack. As we said here, we do have that ruling from Judge Scott McAfee posted on our website, 11alive.com. We are working to get this resignation from Nathan Wade, as well as the acceptance from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, posted for you on our website, 11alive.com. In the meantime, we will see you tonight for 11 Alive News at 4 with much more, including team coverage of this latest information in the disqualification ruling here in Fulton County.
The Rooms to Go anniversary sale.